Hello, Camp Menominee parents. This is Jason Felgraber, and I'm back with another CampInTouch help video. And today we're going to talk about our health forms. So here we see our CampInTouch dashboard. So we're going to go into Forms and Documents. And there are two really important sets of health forms that you need to fill out for your son for the summer. So the first is the health history form, and the next is the camper medical forms. So we're going to talk about the medical forms first. So we're going to go ahead and click on those. The medical forms are the only forms that you're going to have to fill out this year that you will have to print and get signed by a doctor. So you'll see it come up here, the camper medical forms, and you will download these forms. And then you will see a 4-page document. The first page will have instructions for the 3 forms that you'll see on here, and then how to submit them. So with these forms, we would prefer that you upload them back to the CampInTouch dashboard, and you could see instructions for those here. You could also e-fax them to us or email to us, but please do not mail physical copies. We're trying to control the inflow of forms this year, and this is the best way for us to do that. Now, you'll see a few sets of forms here: the immunization form, the physical examination from a physician. And so those 2 forms have to be signed by a doctor. Now, if you already have these forms or will be getting them from your doctor that you had to use for school, or your doctor has a certain standard form, you're more than welcome to send those back in as well. Then the only one that you need to sign is the parent authorization form that you see here. Please include a copy of your insurance card if you have one. And then you just have to sign the bottom, date it, and send that back in to us. And now we're going to talk about the health history form, because that one you have to complete online, and it is a decent size form that kind of walks us through every piece of health history and information about your son. So please, please, please be diligent when you're filling out this form. So the first page is just emergency contacts. You could put in the name of your healthcare provider. And anytime you see these little yellow boxes throughout the form, you could add comments about whatever that section is. If you guys are covered by health insurance, please select yes here and fill out that information. It's all pretty self-explanatory. So this is a perfect example of what would happen if you don't have the information filled out for a specific screen. It will tell you what you need to fill out. So we're just going to say no on the health insurance for now to move forward. Now the next page is the physical health history for your son. So please walk through all of this information here and indicate if your son has had any of these before or currently has these. And if not, you'll click this box here. And then down below, you'll be able to tell us about other things that you would like to about your son. So for example, if your son has any allergies, you'll click here. You'll tell us the allergy type: food, insects, medicine, seasonal, other. You'll tell us what the reaction is, and then you will save that form. So for the purposes of this form, we're just going to say no for now, but if there are any issues that you're telling us about in this section, you will fill out that extra step so we have all the information. Now the mental, emotional, and social health page. So we just ask that you tell us about any of the things that your son is currently going through, whether it be ADD, ADHD, depression, anything that you feel like we should know as camp directors and as counselors that will help us give your son the best summer that he possibly can. And again, below, you can always add comments as you want to. Nutritional profile. So this is obviously camper food and diets. This does not include food allergies, so that you put in on the allergies page, which we saw before. Here is just if you or your son, if you want your son to have any dietary restrictions at camp, or if you want to let us know about any dietary restrictions. This page talks about medications. So this is very important. If your son is taking medications at camp, you will click yes, and then you will fill out this screen for each of the medications that your son is taking. You'll tell us the medication, the dosage, start and end date, when he takes it, the reason, and any other special instructions. And then what we'll do is we will take a look at all this, and then we'll email you about the steps that you take to send us his medications for the summer. And then down below here, you will just go through the over-the-counter medication. So we stock a number of over-the-counter meds at camp for your kids, like Tylenol and cough syrup, things like that. So if you are okay with us giving your son these over-the-counter medications, you can click all. If not, you can go through one by one and click yes or no, whether or not you give us permission to give your son these over-the-counter meds. And then you'll click that you certify that you've reviewed this list. The next page we're going to talk about is any diseases. So this page, know that on your physical and immunizations forms that you'll be giving us, that should have all of this information on there. However, we just ask that you let us know the last known test date for tuberculosis. If you don't know it, you can estimate it because, again, that will be on the immunizations form. And just let us know if your camper has had any of the following on this list. And again, we know that this will show up on the physical and immunizations form, but this is just our way of double checking from your end. And then finally, you'll sign off on the terms and conditions, and then you'll be done. So that's it for the health forms. Please give us a call if you have any questions, or email us at info@campmenominee.com. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you next time.